let's say the Niners miss the playoffs and the Niners trade Jimmy Garoppolo for whatever they can get, conditional third, whatever, and they commit to Trey Lance as they should have this year. How do they replace Jimmy G? Like, it ain't Nate Sudfeld. Forget that. So what would you do?
No. Well, what I would do is I would find a quarterback that can move a little bit, right? You don't want to change the offense up too much. I want a quarterback that PJ Walker cat or whatever for Carolina.
He's good.
He would be great. Yep. I would love to have him.
Yep.
What do I think they do? I think they end up with a guy like Andy Dalton. I think that's probably who they would target. So I'll go with Andy Dalton, but I would go with PJ Walker.
Ooh.
I agree.
Ooh. No, I don't know why I feel this way, but all of a sudden, I'm a big Colt McCoy fan. Like, I was there. Just seeing it in person. He just destroyed the Niners. He didn't just kind of beat them. He was 22 of 26, 22 of 26. And it was all modest throws with a couple long stuff. But I was sitting there thinking, okay. What makes Jimmy Garoppolo better than Colt McCoy? Jimmy Garoppolo is making $27 million this year. He's made $100 million in his career. Colt McCoy is making $1 million this year. And Colt McCoy is kicking his ass. Now, they're not like playing each other, but kicking his ass. And then he struggled against Carolina. That's a good defense. And it's Colt McCoy. But last week, he just eviscerated the Seahawks. And it's not like a Jimmy G evisceration where it's like 180 yards and a couple touchdowns. It's like, no, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. Like, okay, Colt. To me, what happened to Colt McCoy is he got drafted by the Browns and had to play right away. What would Jimmy Garoppolo be today if he got drafted by the Browns and had to play right away? He'd be
out.
Colt McCoy. He'd be Colt McCoy. So if Colt McCoy had gotten the Jimmy Garoppolo treatment where you were drafted by the Patriots and labeled as Tom Brady's heir apparent and got to sit for 3.5 years, and so you were just nothing. You were just a mystery. I mean, it looks like he can do everything Jimmy Garoppolo can do, plus move a little bit better. So will it cost you $2 million? So you could get like basically quasi Jimmy Garoppolo production for $2 million and have him be like cool being a backup. He's backing up Kyler Murray. That's a lot. He's quite similar to. I mean, if he's down, if he's trying to get an extra $1 million, why don't you come over here? I'm just saying.
100 mil.
Boy, just saying. Everyone's giving Jimmy Garoppolo a ton of praise as he deserves. But it's because he's in a big market, relatively speaking, on the West Coast. No one's giving Colt McCoy any praise right now. I mean, he's out. What about Colt?
Colt is this year's Grant Cohn's Mitch Trubisky. I mean, is that fair to say?
Mitch Trubisky would eat your heart out. He's never played as well as Colt McCoy is playing right now. I'm just saying. He was playing really well.
Yeah, listen, he is, and he's doing it without Hopkins. He's doing it without a real dominant run game. He's fine. He would be a really good replacement. I would be cool with Colt McCoy being our backup quarterback. I'd be totally fine with that. I'd want that over Andy Dalton. I don't want Andy Dalton here. I do want PJ Walker, though.
Andy Dalton just seems like his best days are behind him. So Colt's having this little renaissance.
Yeah, he is.
It's like Colt was a spread offense quarterback in college. I don't know if people remember Colt McCoy, but was he not a Heisman winner? He put up numbers in college. He was in the Sam Bradford.
Texas, right? He was Texas.
He was in Texas when Sam Bradford was at Oklahoma. And Colt McCoy put up big, I think he threw like 50 touchdowns in a season. He was put up huge numbers, but he was a spread offense guy, kind of like Alex Smith in college. And they didn't translate, and he got drafted by the Browns, and he was kind of a career backup. But he actually spent 3 or 4 years with Washington and Sean McVay. And that was him, just saying. Anyway, that was 5 minutes on Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy. Wow, that's impressive.